Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is coming to life. Well, I want this to be, it's your life. I had a nice post, I read a nice post from one of my favorite teachers, who is Brent Smith, and he talks about it being the captain of your life. And I love that idea. That's the idea I've put into place since 2007. 2007, I was married. In late June of 2007, I left my wife. It was not a good marriage for me for a variety of reasons, and I talk about that in my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man with the 3-Step System, available on the ahappierman.com website. But ever since then, prior to that, when I was married, I really wasn't captain of my own life. I was just kind of deferring to my wife, and that's the way the marriage evolved. And her abuses of me, a variety of verbal abuse, kind of pushed my life down into a very substandard, very mediocre, very miserable life. And by leaving her, I was able to start building my life up again. And truthfully, the amount of frustration and problems I had from that marriage have taken me a very, very, very long time to overcome. But here's the good part: I'm overcoming them, and I tick one thing off after another. Things get better and better over time, and if I start getting into something that isn't working out, well, I quickly learn and quickly get out of that situation and move on to something else. I am the captain of my life, and I am coming back to life after this coronavirus of 2020 situation. Starting to do a few things little by little and getting back into the kind of things that I like to do. Going out for dinner, going to a bar and having a few drinks, talking with people. Going to a dinner party right now, in fact. One of my good friends, one of my good new friends in the new city that I moved to start a new life for me. You see what I mean? All of these things are coming to life for me, and you can do that to yourself. You don't have to continually live in fear of what may happen, right? You can kind of say, hey, things, they can be very, very good if you choose to let them be good. Now, certainly, there's enormous problems in the world, right? Enormous. You can't, you can't totally stick your head in the sand and say that there isn't massive problems in the world. But you can also take your head out of the sand and look at how good things are too. The dichotomy, I would look at it and say that things are much, much, much better than they used to be. And if we keep pushing forward on the good things, cutting out the bad things, it can't help but get better. Now there's like a resistance to that. Maybe there's a certain factors and players and groups that would want it to pull it down. But you don't have to let that be your reality. You can come to life. You can say, hey, I want my life to be good. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it good. I'm going to make whatever changes I need to do to make it good. And if it takes you doing some protesting peacefully, well, go ahead. That's your right. I don't mind that. Just don't break a lot of stuff. I wouldn't agree with breaking anything. The protesting, and that's a way to get your voices heard. That's fine with me. The breaking of things, that's not really that fine with me. I do see how that might occur in those situations. The police being brutal, yeah, I don't, I never like that. I've never liked that. Whoever they're brutal to, I don't like that. I don't think it's right. I do think we're kind of missing the boat on the reason why it's that way. Maybe that's a topic for a different video. I'm more concerned with what I can do to make my life better and trying to share that with you. And I find that if I can spend as much of my effort just focusing on my life and trying to help my life get better and trying to watch out for the people closest to me, their lives improve a little bit too. You know, you try to help people closest to you. I'm not sure how I can affect all kinds of people elsewhere other than by sharing these little messages with you. But I do know if you would start treating your life like you were the captain of it, like whatever you did for your life to make it better would improve it, you can't help but make it better. So give that idea some thought. Start coming to life. Start making whatever changes you need to make. And these don't always have to be massive things, right? You know, making improvements doesn't have to be, well, I got to make, twice as much money, and I got to lose, 100 pounds, and I've got to lift 200 pounds more weight, and I got to get in the best shape of my life, and I got to start this and do that and the other thing. Well, why don't you just start a little bit smaller, right? Maybe you be open to making a new friend, right, and getting together once in a while. Maybe you reach out to your old friends and make sure that they're okay. Maybe you call your mother all the time and make sure she's okay, right? Your adult kids. That's the kind of stuff I like to do. You try to uplift your coworkers' lives a little bit when you get the chance. So all these things, they don't have to be they don't have to be earth-shattering, right? The way I look at it is, how does it help anybody if my life is a terrible mess? If my life is a terrible mess, then I'm just one more person that needs tending. Well, I don't like to have to be tended. I want to have a good life by my own creation, being the captain of it. So come back to life. The world is good. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a great summer. I think we can all start to make improvements in our lives. All for now.